Hey guys, we are here for Hum of the Earth, and today I will be documenting the various steps that will be required for me to fly to Cartagena, Colombia from Panama City, where I am right now, but with a bicycle, which will be my first time doing so. So if you've been following the channel, you might know that I'm about halfway to my current destination of the southern tip of Argentina. And you might be wondering why all of a sudden I would take a flight on my bicycle tour. And that's because in between Panama and Colombia, even though they are connected by land, it's a very dense, mountainous jungle known as the Darien Gap. And it's called a gap because that's the only place where the Pan American Highway ends. So the options are, if you have a bicycle, to take a boat. And I looked at all the various options, and there are a few different kinds. The most popular is kind of the Sandblast Islands tour. It's usually about $500 US with the bicycle and everything, if they even allow the bicycle on. I mean, they will, but they'll charge you extra. And taking a flight, which is what I ended up doing. The island tour sounds better experience, but I'm trying to be frugal as I'm on a long trip, and I'm not currently making really any money. So yeah, so I decided for the flights. When I was in David, Panama, took a day off, started looking at the different kind of prices that airlines were charging for bringing oversized luggage and stuff like that. And I heard of someone using Wingo before. They had pretty good prices for the extra luggage. I mean, it's still kind of expensive, but a little less than some of the other airlines I was looking at. And I decided to check out their website, and I select the option for a whole month, so not a specific date. And I see one of the dates where the flight from Panama City to Cartagena is $50. Then I click on that quickly, and I see that the fare is only 50 cents, and the rest of the $50 amount is, taxes for leaving the country, Panama, and then a tax for entering Colombia. So it seemed to be an error fare. So I quickly online added my my special luggage, so one special / sports item being the bicycle, and then one extra carry-on for one extra check bag for the other things that are in my panniers. And then you're allowed to bring like one carry-on bag, which will be my backpack, and one item, which would be my laptop. So I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to fit everything into those kind of 3 different boxes / bags that I can bring, but that's what we're gonna find out. So the first step is finding the bicycle box. So right now I'm heading to the kind of snazzy residential neighborhood of San Francisco, because I looked on Google Maps, and that's where the bulk of the bicycle shops are. Panama is a pretty modern city, so I don't think I'm going to have too many issues finding a bicycle box. This is my first time doing this, so I'm not even actually sure if a bicycle box is what like the bicycle came in when they bought it, or if it's something specific. But I feel like we're gonna learn all about that together. So that was pretty anticlimactic. the first bicycle shop I went to. I told him what I needed, and he said, oh, we have a order for a bicycle coming in an hour. I'll give you the box for free. Sometimes you make things to be harder in your head than they're gonna be, but it's good to be ready in advance. So gonna go for a little walk, then come back and pick up my box. Probably fooled a few people into thinking I was strong. I'm not. At least not my upper body. I was having a hard time carrying the box for a few clicks. Kind of tired me out, but I made it. Let's see if the bike fits. Have you lost weight? Bad joke. So I've got the bags off. Now to give her the old hose down to get some of that rust causing seawater humidity off the bike. While you're at it, why not wash your bags off? Probably filthy. Next up, find yourself a baggie for your screws and begin disassembly. So I'm not going to go into detail about every aspect of taking apart the bicycle, but we'll probably have to take the pedals off, at least the front wheel, if not also the back one. Definitely the racks, and probably the handlebar if it does come off. If it doesn't, you have to turn it to the side, but it looks like I can take this one off, so that's what I'll be doing. Bikes in the box, including racks. Oh, no necesito, gracias. So today's the big day. We're at the small Panama Pacifico International Airport where Wingo flies out of. Small side note about Wingo, if you're flying with them, they're a budget airline. So you always want to read the fine print with Wingo. You have to print your boarding pass before getting to the airport, or else they will charge you an exorbitant amount to print it for you. So got here over 5 hours early, which is really early, but I just wanted to play it safe and make sure that I had everything that I needed, and that everything was good with the box, the bicycle box, getting on the plane and my check bag and everything. I didn't actually weigh the items. I just kind of guessed that they were under the limit. But now with the spare time I had, if they were over the limit, maybe I would have time to kind of rearrange things, maybe throw out some stuff to make sure that I'm following the weight requirement. Thankfully, I have an infinite amount of video editing to do. I'd heard there was free Wi-Fi in the airport. Not the case, but there is some in the one coffee shop, actually the only place to buy food in the whole airport. If you buy something, you can get Wi-Fi there. So I'll be using that service soon. Everything went pretty smoothly. Boarding was a little bit later than expected. Had to wait for the people who were on the flight when the plane came in to get off. Don't have too many planes here. Really nice view though. Cartagena. That was a pretty good flight. But I did get a nasty surprise when I got to the Colombian immigration desk. Apparently there's a reciprocity fee. There's only 2 countries that have it, Canada and Nicaragua. Nicaragua is for $10, and for Canada about the equivalent of $80 US, or about 90 Canadian. No gracias. And that's because I guess they're charging the same thing approximately that it would cost for a Colombian to get a Canadian tourist visa. So don't know what kind of mild beef Canada and Colombia has, but I ended up paying for it. So just gonna have to enjoy Colombia that much more. And no better place to start than Cartagena, which might very well be the most historically significant city in Colombia, as well as just a cool place to be. My first time on the Atlantic side of the ocean, so the city's got a bit of a Caribbean flair to it. Which is pretty neat. And I'll be doing some research on I've already started on the amazing history of this place, so looking forward to getting acquainted with that and checking out the old downtown. As well as other things that I'm sure the city has to offer. Voy por ahí. Ya por ahí. So that should be pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed this journey flying to Cartagena, Colombia from Panama City. And if you're a cyclotourist, maybe you learned something. So yeah, so look out for those videos of Cartagena, as well as many more on my channel. So far I've already bicycled from Canada to Panama City, and now I plan to bicycle through a lot of Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina, and then maybe a few more. All part of my bicycle tour, my first ever one from Canada to Argentina. So you can check all that out, that being an interactive map of everywhere that I went and all the posts that I made and the videos that I made of the places I've seen on my website, followthehumoftheearth.com. If you'd like to follow my continuing adventures, you can do so by clicking on the red subscribe button below the video. And if you notice that I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to the channel, because when I reach 1,000, I can start maybe making money for my videos, which would help me to keep traveling. So again, I hope you enjoyed. Have a great one.